Hello viewers, this is Director from 3 Views, bringing you my 720 podcasts. This is my 720 podcasts. Like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also try to do my best not to be too hard during this podcast recording as well, not to cause any feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, that's our podcast recording will change your adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, that's our podcast recording will change your adult language. If you're under 18, now if you're over 18, then you get to watch this our podcast recording. Now, with this everything else out the way, let's get into the topic of this podcast. Recently, Peacemaker season 2 has ended. I gotta say, this was a good. I gotta say, I really liked this season of Peacemaker. You know, it has some comedy, it has some good drama. It has some comedy, and also it further sets up. You know, also this season further sets up sets up Gunn, plans for his plans for the DCU as well. So basically, I gotta say, I feel like everybody was dealing with, I feel like, after the first season, they were dealing with, this whole second season with them, Peacemaker and the gang were trying to deal with the fallout from season 1, and basically each of them affected them in their personal lives and whatnot. So basically, Amanda Waters' daughter, her and her wife, affected her relationship with her wife, who is now divorced now, and, Economo was was just stuck, Economo was kind of just stuck working with August, just basically stuck with working for August and whatnot. Peacemaker was was trying to figure, wants to prove that he's a hero and whatnot, etc., and still carrying around the guilt about killing his father and his younger and his brother and whatnot. As for Hardcore, she just. Besides the whole alien invasion they stopped in the first season, but she just has some personal issues that she needs to deal with, but she has not dealt with those issues that hold her back to being a young person or trying to pursue a relationship with Peacemaker and whatnot. So basically, also I liked the fact that Rick Flag Sr. is basically after talking to Lex in this season, basically Senior has ever since he talked to Lex and whatnot and let his hate and basically letting his hate towards Peacemaker by him, he's letting his whole personality, it went from it went from I want to get revenge for what Peacemaker did to my son. It's like now he's turning into a whole new villain as well. It's slowly turning into a villain as well and being manipulated by Lex as well. Lex is just it's always steps ahead of everybody. So basically, Rick Flag's anger towards Peacemaker killing his son is being initiated by Lex to do, for doing his dirty work. Basically finding that dimension, that salvation dimension that he's putting on. That was to turn into a prison along with the other government officials, but it's all big ploy for. It's all big ploy for Lex wanting to send Superman there, and also setting up the next Superman movie part as well. So anyway, this was a good. I gotta say, this was a good emotion. This was a good, solid second season. So most likely, since the Peacemaker game started checkmate, and basically they have to get Peacemaker back from that salvation dimension, and sooner, most likely, hoping that we will do. Most likely, I know that Gunda's been working on that Man of Water series. It might be a follow-up, but we just have to see. But most likely, it probably won't be a Peacemaker season 3 because the game has started checkmate. Probably we will get the checkmate series as well to see how the gang gets Peacemaker back from that salvation dimension and whatnot. So anyway, besides them not fully explaining their events of season 1 that was in the ODCU, it's now in the new DCU and whatnot. But it is what it is. So anyway, John Cena's done a good job. I hope that once the Checkmate series comes out, we get to see more crazy shenanigans, from the gang and whatnot going forward. But we just have to wait and see. So anyway, what do you guys think about Peacemaker season 2? Good, bad, or just okay? Please let me know with the comments below, or just nah. Anyway, signing off from Screen Views. 1.